Truly astounding developments in the Sandra Cantu murder case tonight. A new report ties Huckabee to an apparent abduction of a 7-year-old girl who lived in the very same mobile home park as Huckabee and Sandra Cantu. The girl was taken away in January by a woman driving a purple Kia Sportage, the very same type of car registered to Melissa Huckabee. The Tracy Press says that little girl was brought to a park and reportedly kept there for 4 hours. When she was returned, doctors at the hospital found muscle relaxers in her bloodstream. Astounding reports that we cannot independently confirm, but being reported by the Tracy Press plus Melissa Huckabee. Rape victim, 3 women say that she told them at separate times she was raped by a police officer 10 years ago, but the cop was cleared by authorities. Joining me now, Mark Eiglarsh, criminal defense attorney, and Darren Kavanoki, criminal defense attorney, aka the voice of reason. And the phone lines lighting up. Ruth, you have been very patient. Ruth from Pennsylvania, what's your question or thought, ma'am?
Well, since Huckabee had a criminal record, I was wondering how she was permitted to teach Sunday school. In Pennsylvania, to work with any capacity with children, including Sunday school, you have to have a background check by the state police.
Mark Eiglarsh?
Yeah, I'm not aware of any background check required in that jurisdiction. Apparently, she had a relationship with the person who hired her, her grandfather, I think. So it's very easy to get a job when you know the players involved.
Mark, I got to ask you about these really stunning developments that the Tracy Press is reporting that a little girl, 7 years old, 1 year younger than Sandra Cantu, was allegedly taken from the same mobile home park in January, kept for 4 hours, comes back and has muscle relaxant in her system, and the police did not pursue it reportedly because the mother who reported this had alcohol on her breath and may have had drugs in her purse. But nevertheless, I mean, the implications of this, if this is true, and we cannot independently confirm it, astounding.
Without question, let me just say this. Everybody's watching this case. They're going to go back, number one, and review it. And let me also just say this. Most of the times, you can't summarize things in one little soundbite. There's a lot more to it. I give great deference to law enforcement officers when they choose not to arrest someone. They don't get promoted based on how many people they let go. Typically, they want to arrest someone if they've done something wrong. I think they probably have their reasons beyond what you're suggesting, what we're hearing, as to why they didn't make an arrest in the case.
But Darren Kavanoki, the purple Kia Sportage, the very same vehicle registered to Melissa Huckabee that was towed away after little Sandra's body was found stuffed into a suitcase and dumped into an irrigation pond.
Yeah, it doesn't take a Sherlock Holmes style of investigation if the little girl in question comes home and says, the lady that lives in the same mobile home park, the one that drives the purple Kia, is the one that took me away. So there's got to be more to the story. And in California, unlike some other jurisdictions that we hear so much about, like Florida, where all the police reports and all the investigation, it all comes out to the media, and we don't get that here. So we're not going to learn until this case ultimately goes to trial what really was going on and what kind of investigation.
All right. Well, we might learn more on Friday, Mark, because that's the big day when Melissa Huckabee's back in court to issue a plea.
Yeah, but that's not going to reveal all that much. She'll enter a not guilty plea or not guilty by reason of insanity. We're not going to know what we really want to know until the probable cause hearing, which will be put off for some time to give both sides time to prepare.
All right. Well, Darren, Mark, stay right there. Turning now to seismic developments in the Haley